we're going to determine if these fractions right here are proportional by using cross multiplication. If we try to use a calculator and use the number, it may kind of trick you. So 2/3 is 0.6666 repeating over and over and over again. And 66 over 100 is 0.66. But a lot of students will take the 2/3 and just round to the 0.66, and they'll say that's equal to 66 over 100, and it's not. If we were to cross multiply, we would have 2 times 100. Does that equal 66 times 3? They have to be exactly the same. So the decimals weren't exactly the same, so that's one check. And 2 times 100 is 200, and 66 times 3, I believe, is 198. So those are clearly not equal to each other, so they're not proportional. Proportional just means a simplified fraction. So 50 over 100 is the same thing as 1/2. They're both 0.5. Next one, 9/12 over, does that equal 4 over 8? Well, we're going to do 9 times 8. Does that equal 4 times 12? And this is all we have to do is check this. 9 times 8 is 72. 4 times 12 is 48, so that's clearly not equal. So we'll cross that one out as well. Give that one universally frowny face. So neither of the first two are proportional. Next one, the question is, does 9.4, let's see if I can find another color here. Let's go with blue. Does 9.4 equal 9.4 times 30.8? Does that equal 18.8 times 7.7? We would think my writing there would be better, but it's not. 9.4 times 30.8 definitely use your calculator because I need it. I'm going to guess this one is, because I would hate to have all of them not be, but 289.52. And then we have 18.8 times 7.7. Oh, that's not equal to each other either. So none of these are actually proportional, which is a little surprising. That one also gets a frowny face. The rest of them, when we have a variable, to solve this, we just need to cross multiply. So this would be 4 times 25 equals 5 times x. 4 times 25 is 100. 5 times x is 5x. And then we would simply divide both sides by 5 because 5x means 5 times x. And we would have x equals 20. Next one, 3 over x equals 6 over 16. We need to find the missing value. So we can cross multiply. 3 times 16 is going to equal 6 times x. 3 times 16 is 48. 6 times x is 6x. Then we're going to divide both sides by 6. And if my mental math is right, and I hope it is, it can be a little nerve-wracking when you're on here doing this recording. X is going to be 8. I put that little grid down there just to highlight one part. You're going to learn more about this in Algebra 1, where you see the equation y equals kx. But anytime you have a straight line, if it goes through the origin, which is the middle of the graph, then it's proportional. It has to be a straight line, and it goes through the origin. It will be proportional, as long as it's not straight up and down. So any of these 3 lines here that I just put on there, those are examples of proportional graphs. We'll do a fourth one there. It has to be a straight line, goes to the origin. And the last one question on here is, if we have 4 sweaters and they cost $42.76, how much would 6 sweaters cost? Well, you could do sweaters over money, or you could do the money over the sweaters. But it's important to label it because you want to keep it consistent. So if I do sweaters here on top, I'll abbreviate that over the money, 42.76. You can see that's a lot in geometry when you're doing similar polygons, similar figures. We need to have 6 sweaters, and we're assuming that there's no deal for buying more. Over the x cost, we don't know what the money is. So notice I put sweaters over money is going to equal sweaters over money. So now we cross multiply. 4 times x. I'm not going to worry about the labeling of the units anymore. And then 6 times 42.76. That would be 4x equals 256.56. And then we're going to divide both sides by 4. Usually write this as a fraction. 256.56 divided by 4 is $64.14. And do a mental check, because it's very easy to just make a computational error. You may have written your units wrong. That if 4 sweaters cost $42.76, that 6 sweaters will cost more than that. If you have any kind of questions, please ask your math teacher.